Alright guys, I had a subscriber send me a message the other day, and he was asking me about what my EDC carry belt was, and what's a good EDC belt for him to carry for all of his gear. So I thought this would be a good time just to go ahead and do a video and let him know, and to give an update on my SOE gear belt, Special Operations Equipment belt. And it has now been 6 months even, so this would probably be a good time to go ahead and do an updated review. Because, you know, the only true way to review something is after a lot of use and a lot of time on something. Then you can really, truly, honestly review it. So I have to say, guys, that this is the best belt that I've ever owned. And I've owned several. I've owned wilderness belts. I've owned leather belts. Right here is the crossbreed leather belt. Not good, and I'll tell you why. It was okay when I first got it, but what I didn't realize was that after a lot of use and a lot of wear, that the belt sagged. See this? You don't ever want a belt that does this. See how limp this belt is? You don't ever want that. This belt, when I first got it, would hold a circle if you would hold it up like this. It would hold a circle like that. And what I didn't realize was, as time went by and this belt stretched, because that's what happens, these leather belts like this will stretch, what happened was it wasn't supporting my firearm right, and I had to keep tugging and pulling at the gun, and I didn't really even realize that this was at fault. I will never buy a crossbreed gun belt again. Never. So, the only thing that happened to this one, which shouldn't have, was this screw came out here. Right here. This one didn't, but yeah, I will never buy a crossbreed belt again. This is the 1.5 inch rigid Cobra belt is what this is called, if you want to look this up. Okay, because most of my gear is 1.5 inch loops, so that's why I just go with that. So what you have here is the Cobra buckle. Locks in like this. And then you pull these back to... Now, let me tell you something. This thing will pick up a ton of weight. This belt would hold a ton of weight. I think, like what they were saying, like hang gliders and different people. This is the buckles that they use when they hang glide, to strap them to the equipment that they're hang gliding from. This right here, and I have no doubt that would hold a person's body weight, let alone like hang gliders when you've got probably 4 of them on you. Now this belt has been awesome, guys. Let me pick it up by the buckle. This is a big belt. I'm a big guy. So when you see it keep this loop right here, let me stretch it out here so you can see. This is how you know a good belt. You don't want to see any sagging. For any of you guys that are wearing like a Walmart, JCPenney belt, look, I'm not making fun of you for the belt that you wear, but what I'm going to tell you is you have no idea, if you carry a gun, you have no idea how much more comfortable and better your experience could be if you would get a true gun belt. You can carry on a little thin fake leather JCPenney belt, but you will never really understand how much more comfortable and how much more easy it'll be with your gear until you get a real belt. And once you do that, you'll soon know that that's the only way to go. So you can see here how this holds its shape, no problem. If you see this here, where is it here? Okay, because I wear the belt like this. Because of the Maxpedition keepers, which I don't use anymore, see this fraying right here? This had nothing to do with the belt, and it'll be fine. I can just burn that a little bit or trim it. What that's from is I used to wear these Maxpedition keepers, and let me show you on one that I didn't modify. This Maxpedition keeper, for whatever reason, they put a patch of Velcro back here. Well, when I would wear this keeper on my belt, like so, this piece of Velcro back here was pulling the inside threads out of the belt, and I didn't realize it for a long time. I was using this black one. So what I did was I went into this black one and I cut out that piece of Velcro. You see it right there? I cut that piece out in here. These are just a throw around. These are like what I wear if I just wear jeans or something, or if I do wear another belt, if I do wear a leather belt because I'm not going full gear that day, I'll wear one of these, but I don't use these anymore, these Maxpedition keepers. I finally got my SOE gear key fob, and this is what I've been using. And just, guys, I'm telling you, I used to think Maxpedition was like the top quality, but now, once I've had real quality, I understand that Maxpedition is not even close. That mass-produced stuff that Maxpedition does is not even close to what you get with stuff like SOE gear, but you're going to pay the money if you want this gear, but it's not even close. Like, just look at the Velcro. Even on this key fob, the Velcro for SOE gear is just the nap of the Velcro is just so much more high quality than any gear out there. Let me show you this here. 6 months I've had this belt. Velcro on, off, on, off. Do you see how tight that nap is? You see how nice and fine the Velcro is on that? Look at this Maxpedition keeper. Look at what the Velcro does on a much more subpar product. See that? I could rip that out of there if I wanted to. Oh, it's just not what SOE gear is. That's one of the first things you'll notice, like I did when I got this belt, was just the quality of the Velcro. All right, now I'm going to put some gear on here and show you what it would look like on the table with the gear that I have on. Okay, guys, so here's a typical example of an EDC for me. It would be the Surefire E2D Defender and the Raven concealment holder, and this is awesome. I mean, when I wear this, I can now holster this thing without even looking at where it's at. I can just holster the light right back in. That's what happens after doing it so many times. The key fob by SOE Gear. This is the Typhon with the toxic green thread. And then on this side, what I have is the Bravo concealment with the Larry Vickers Glock 17 and the Surefire X300 Ultra Terran Tactical +6 base plate. It's pretty awesome. So there it is, guys. This is a very stiff, very good belt. It will hold your gun in. See this here? This gun is fully loaded except for the magazine. But yeah, it will really hold your gear when you put it on. You can see it's not sagging. Of course, if I tilt it side to side, the gun will flop. But you can see that it's not sagging downward toward the floor. See that in the middle? Look, I can spread my hands out further. No sagging. And that's what you want. The gun moving back and forth, that'll happen with anything on the market. But what you want to look for is sagging, like this. You don't want it to ever sag toward the ground, like gravity pulling it down. And here, I'll show you that again. This is fully loaded except for one in the chamber, and with an X300 Ultra and the holster. You can imagine how much weight is on this belt. Look how far my hands are spread. And look, not one bit of sag. So that's what you want, guys. It's a good belt. The SOE 1.5 inch rigid Cobra belt. I actually want another belt. I want to get I want to try their EDC belt with the contrasting thread. I want to get the EDC belt with the black base. And then up here, there's nylon, and I would get the Typhon, and then I want to get royal blue thread throughout the belt where you can see the thread. So we'll see. I'll get that in time, but that's it for now. I hope this helps someone, and I don't remember your name, but to the subscriber that sent me the question about the EDC belt, I hope this helps you. All right, guys, H4T, out.